There's Scarlet. There we go. Hi, I'm Jamie, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision for, well, technically now it's December 5th. It just turned past. Scarlet's here with me. Welcome back, Scarlet. It's been so long, right?
Yes.
If you dismissed it, we did just do our Stranger Things breakdown, which you can, of course, stream at any time from our live tab. But now we're going to be doing Harlan Coben's Lazarus. The last two episodes, we'll finally get through them.
The Lazarus.
What?
The Lazarus.
The Lazarus, yeah. It sounds like The Last of Us, though, when you say that. But we'll finally get through it. We did not do it before because of different issues that kind of got pushed back. But we're going to finish it tonight. Yeah, holidays.
Well, I have a little bit of a delay.
Not being home. It kind of was a few things. But if you've come back and you've stuck with us through the whole season, we appreciate it. But please make sure that you subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision and like the video, hype it if you can. Check out our video tab with all our interviews. Yeah. And make sure you go to Discord for information of when our shows are and when our watch parties are, because we have watch parties for different shows. You have a bit of a delay or an echo. Well, I don't know. I'm not even sure if StreamYard's working because it's acting like nobody's here, but yet it said they were. So I'm not sure if it's not showing up. But I don't know. Maybe go out and go back in. Maybe it'll fix.
Is it working now?
It's fine to me. So I'm not happy.
All right.
More if you can't hear it, right? But
no,
it seems fine to me. But yeah, but thank you if you've stuck with us for the show. And but yeah, as I was saying, please, if you haven't, please join our Discord because you can see our schedule and watch parties. And just a reminder, our Stranger Things show is Mondays at 11 Eastern, our live stream, the watch parties at 9:30. And then that's, did I say Thursdays? I don't know why I said that. Thursdays at 11. I think I said Monday. Thursdays at 11 is our Stranger Things show. Mondays. No, see, now I'm completely confused. Okay, scratch what I said. My days are messed up. Okay, scratch what, so you can tell this is
well,
live.
When I looked at this picture you had up, I thought it was from Telemasca, and it was the guy in the yellow trainers. And I'm like, wait, I'm not even on the right show.
No, it's Aiden. It's Aiden. I'm just messing up. Let's try that again. Rewind.
Start Monday.
On Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern in Discord, we have a watch party. And 11, we have our live stream for The Artist for episode 2. That's on Monday. There we go. Yes. Got it out that time. On Tuesdays at 10 is our weekly show, Fandom Access, which next week we'll be also adding The War Between the Land and the Sea, the Torchwood Doctor Who spinoff. And then on did I miss one? I feel like I missed one. On Thursday at 9:30 is our Stranger Things show. So sorry, I mixed all those up. Hopefully that made sense. But if you go to Discord, you can.
Is that going to be 3 and 4 then?
Yes, we'll be doing episodes 3 and 4 for Stranger Things, and that will lead us into the Christmas episodes. Excuse me. Same with The Artist. We should be done right in time for the next episodes that come out. All right, but for now, we're on Lazarus. So hopefully, I can, as I'm going through, remember enough of this. If not, you might have to help me. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a while. All right, so. We start out in the episode with Aiden, who I think at this point we already know he's Lazarus's son, right? I'm pretty sure we knew that by this point. All right, so he is walking through the cemetery, looking at Sutton's grave, which has still been all done up with the fairy lights, and he is. I don't know if he's actually. I can't remember if he's actually grabbed, but. This is when he ends up disappearing with Sam, and they can't find him after this. And we don't know why. And of course, they get freaked out. And let's see, there he is looking at the gravestone. Whoops, I have this recap way too far down. So yeah, sorry. So meanwhile, Lazarus, I don't know what that was about. I think that was about them looking at the different video. Weren't they looking at the prom video? I think. I don't know why I have a picture of the house messed up. So I don't know. As I said, it's been a while. Oh, that was when she was telling him to stop. He was going to run off to the hospital or run off to go after Sam because
Okay.
Sam,
Yeah.
I remember now. Sam he saw the stuffed dog that Sam gave him
Oh
in the
yeah,
video
yeah.
of his sisters. And he had told Lazarus originally that she gave it to him when he helped her find their grandparents' dog. But he knows that's not true because he sees it in the video of his sisters the night that she died. So he is ready to rush off to the hospital and go attack, kill, whatever, Sam. And his
Yep.
sister's like, no, you can't do that. Here's a brick. She's like, trying to stop him and jumps in front of the car. And
Oh
he
yeah,
does.
because she says I'll do it. Yeah. She's very convincing.
Yes. But he does not end up going, and she calms him down a little bit. But he does end up getting Seth to go after Sam. There's the dog.
Yeah.
Seth to go after Sam in the first place, because what happens next when Seth comes over is they show him the footage, and he agrees that it doesn't make tons of sense and it doesn't add up. And he agrees to look for they get a search warrant basically to look through Sam's house to see if there's anything there. So finding the dog did accomplish what they wanted. It got him to investigate it. But they get to the hospital, and lo and behold, big surprise, Sam is not there anymore. So they don't know what to do next. And that's when they talk about the evidence with, that was his partner. I don't have up the cast list. I don't remember her name. It's Allison. Her name's Detective Brown. That's Allison.
Now, when he disappeared, did you think somebody kidnapped him or he just left? Because I thought somebody had took him.
Yeah, I think you were supposed to think somebody took him. I didn't really think that much about it because I didn't really care about the kid that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
So until they were like, where is he? I didn't really think a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
But the reason why they're looking into Sam now is more so is when they went into his apartment, they found a bunch of photos hidden behind a picture frame.
Yeah.
And it has a picture of the sister Sutton's underwear and stuff. So it seems that he was a peeping Tom.
Personal defects.
Yes. So now they are looking into it. And
he was creeping.
He was creeping. So they do think that he was involved and that it's him. So they're looking for him. And it ends up, it is him. So they were right on that account.
Yeah, I know. I thought it would be different.
Finally, it just took that long.
Somebody kidnapped him because I was like, it can't be that, right? Because he was saying about.
Oh, you mean you thought somebody took Sam? Yeah, no, I didn't know what happened to Sam. I figured he just took off. I thought you meant the kid. Yeah, I thought Sam.
Thought because the other woman showed up dead. I thought, well, maybe somebody's killing these people. Maybe the story's deeper than what it is.
No, that makes sense. I didn't think that, but that does make sense. I can see how you think that. No, I assumed that he just took off.
Because I assumed they were going to look at his house and everything, and then it was going to be a total red herring.
Right. Yes, I agree. I was kind of at this point still like, would they really find the killer an episode before the end? Like,
yeah.
I did not think it was him either. I agree with you. I didn't think he was kidnapped or taken, but I didn't think it was him.
Yeah.
But what happens, there's the pictures they found. But what happens is, I don't know if I'm missing or I went too far. Let's see. I don't want to skip ahead too much. But they are looking for, why do I have pictures in the office? I'm trying to remember because there it is. His wife, I knew that was somewhere. His ex-wife comes in looking for Aiden. That's where she comes looking for Aiden. And she's like, have you seen him? And he's like, no. And we find out from Seth that he's on the CCTV getting into Sam's car. And now we know Sam might be the killer. And now Aiden's with Sam. So there's reason to freak out. Look, I have a problem with this whole thing because this to me never made any sense. And I'm curious what you think. It's very strange to me that he's getting in a car and going fishing with a guy, adult man that he doesn't know. Mm-hmm. And there's not supposed to be anything, weird going on or anything sexual going on because Sam even says, it's not. And it doesn't seem like he's into kids or anything. But the fact that Aiden, who doesn't know him, gets in a car with an adult man, it's just very bizarre. And I never understood why that even happened that way. I don't know. What did you think about that? Did that bother you at all?
I thought it was really odd when it all happened, because I was like, so why, how, what was the scene before this? How's the plan made?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel I feel like they almost needed a scene.
to explain why. Yeah.
Yeah. Or just some lead up or something. Or some, like, he was gonna give Aiden some information about something, or just something, or
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
just he wanted to give the guy a break, or just anything.
Yeah,
Anything
because
good.
I mean, look, they've said more than once that Sam was like a peeping Tom, and that he was taking drugs from the doctor's office. We know, or no,
Yeah.
that was the other guy. That wasn't
No,
Sam.
yeah.
That was the other guy. But he was a peeping Tom, and like he was looking at Sutton's underwear and stuff. But I mean, Sutton was his own age and was a girl, so
Mhm.
I just. Yeah, I just don't understand the fishing thing. Like this random dude you don't know is like, hey, I'm gonna take you fishing, and then you're like, sure, why not? Right? That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
I think
Uh,
that's fair to do.
yeah, it doesn't make a tons of sense. But either way, Lazarus finds out. I don't remember why he got this message, but I have a picture of the message. That his car was found. Oh, maybe Seth found it. No, it wasn't Seth because he has to call Seth. So who the hell texted him? Somebody texted him. Does it say who? It doesn't say who. It just says to Laz. That Sam's car is in the woods, and that's how he finds him. At any rate, he follows it to the woods, and that is where he finds that Aiden is with Sam, and he does yell at
I
Sam.
thought he was the one. Didn't Les the one that texted the guy?
Oh, okay, yeah, I said
Because it says it's from Les.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're
I also
right.
think Bella. I also think Bella isn't his ex-wife.
Yeah, Bella's his ex-wife, but no, you're
No,
right.
I don't think they were ever married, right? Because they only slept together once.
No, I think they were married for a while. They just had
Oh.
she cheated on her husband once with him. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm remembering wrongly, but I thought they were married, and this
it's a
was like
very
they had
unusual relationship setup.
no, yeah, I thought that they were married, and then yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. If somebody's in the chat and wants to comment, let us know. But no, I think it was his wife. But either way, what happened here is you are absolutely correct, and I was wrong. He finds the car and he texts Seth that he found the car.
Yeah.
So you were right about that. That's my fault. All right, so he goes down, and this is
Because
where
that's before he sees Aiden.
Yeah.
Sees the car.
He sees Aiden with Sam. He flips out because Sam, who may or may not, he thinks think he did, killed his sister, and now he's hanging out with his son. Very, very strange. And yeah,
do you think he was going to try to kill Aiden, like in the lake?
No, I mean, look, the only reason he killed Sutton was because what happened went bad. I mean, that's what he admits here, that he was going to. He liked Sutton.
It was a stupid mistake.
It was a stupid mistake, but the thing is, I think because Sam is, I don't know, socially, inept, he seemed to think that she was into him, and he started to, he sexually assaulted her. She was pushing him off.
Yes.
And he ended up, he smashed her head in the process. He went into their house, I guess, a lot. He had a key. She caught him there. Yes, I said sexual assault, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had to make her quiet afterwards, Karen. Smashing her head into the post.
Yeah, no. He thought that she was into him. He's got problems, but the point is, he sexually assaulted her. He was, tried to rape her, and she basically resisted, and he heard Lazarus, I think, coming home. So he smashed her head. I don't think he meant to kill her. It was kind of like he got scared, and he still killed her. He still murdered her. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, he still murdered her. I don't think it was completely intentional. I think
he's still a rapist
potentially, or something. But yeah.
But he hadn't planned.
She didn't deserve to die this badly, this horrifically.
No. And I think that if things went differently, or Lazarus didn't come home, we don't know what would have happened. But that's how she ended up dead. And he admits it to Lazarus, who tries to drown him in the water, and they fight. And like, I get Lazarus is pissed off, right?
Hmm.
And thankfully, Seth and Allison get there and
These scenes are
stop.
very emotional, like with the water and everything. Lots of
Yeah,
acting, really good acting, very professional, very dramatic.
yeah. I agree. I was looking up the Sam Clayfin. I forgot Clayflin. I forgot what his name was. Yeah, I agree. He's really emotional. He's screaming. He's look. I get that he wants to kill him. He
Hmm.
finally, after what, a couple decades,
Hmm.
has found the murderer. He was right all, well, not all along, but for pretty a lot of the time he was right,
Hmm.
and nobody listened to him. But at least they got there and they stopped him from murdering him, and because he would have ended up in prison, whether
Yeah,
the guy killed his sister or not. Um, but I don't know. I just wish that they would have explained why Aiden was there, because
yeah.
clearly Sam didn't grab him. I mean, Aiden willingly went with him. It's
Hmm.
just a little bizarre to me, that he was with them in the first place. But
Yeah, this a
they,
little lead up would have been good.
yeah, just any reason. I mean, even if there was a reason he went, which again, I don't know why he would have went fishing with him, but he doesn't
Hmm.
even know him. Like if he knew him, maybe, but like
Yeah.
just the fact that he found him at the grave and he's like, "Oh, let's go fishing," and very, very
Yeah,
weird.
I mean that could have again been rectified by just having a scene with the two actors in it.
Yeah, they could have just had a couple
Yeah, like
lines.
I'm very misunderstood, and Aiden being like, I'm sympathetic to you being misunderstood. You probably didn't murder Sutton, something like that.
Yeah,
We're buddies
Karen
now. Let's go fish.
agrees. It made no sense. I don't know. See, at the time, it made me think that they were trying to imply that like he was, going to do something deviant with him. And I don't think he was, because there was
Mm,
nothing to say that he was into little boys or anything. I mean, that was not part of the story. So it just did not that Aiden's a little boy. I say that like he's a kid, he's a teenager. Um,
yeah,
it just didn't make sense at all, period. But they got him
yep.
back, and Sam is going to go to jail. That's the good thing out of this. So Lazarus sees his sister at the bar there, and he talks about how people say something like, "Now we can finally grieve." I think is what he says, something to that
Hmm.
effect. Because they finally know what happened, and they've been kind of, I guess, in sort of a state of almost suspension, trying to find out what happened, and now they finally know the truth. So, he's hoping they can move on, but of course, they still have to figure out the father's murder, potentially murdered. Look, I was surprised that they revealed the killer the episode before. I like that they did, because there was a whole bunch of story left. It
Yeah,
made it, I guess at the time we didn't think that it was actually, the
gonna
murderer.
become what it became.
Yeah, it became what it became, exactly. I do like that.
Evolved.
Evolved, yeah. Not that it was necessary, but I did like that they had his
Aw, they're
sister get with
cute.
Seth. I thought that was cute. They finally got together. And then we have more of this weirdness with therapy. Look,
Therapist, Dave, therapist.
I get why they brought her into the story, but it was
Yeah.
just so weird. Um,
Well, it's to be a fake out at first because he thinks she's dead, and then
yeah, yeah.
to be
And
romantic.
I get that, but like the whole thing with them of like, are they gonna date? Is she gonna be his therapist, his psychiatrist?
Hmm.
It was just
Well, they
weird
won't be.
and uncomfortable and totally unprofessional. It should
Yes.
have either been like, we're not going to date if we're going to be professional, or she should have right away been like, here's somebody else. Like it, even like discussion of dating should not be being done if she's discussing seeing him.
Yeah.
But they do in the end decide to date, and that they're not going to see each other professionally.
Maybe it's because they had to have this flirtatious scene where he's like angry, but he was putting the number of another therapist in his pocket.
Yeah, it just, the whole thing was really weird. But they agreed to go out for drinks. Um, the idea is he does know now he'll killed his sister, but he still doesn't know what happened with his father. He's got to figure that out, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
the big thing that's going on. Um, let's see. Seth comes over. I think that was because he wanted to see his sister. I don't really know that scene. I don't remember what happened there.
Oh,
So he goes back.
they know each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you remember what happens when I'm forgetting it, please tell me because it's been weeks and weeks since I've seen this.
I thought there was a scene where he came in and kissed the sister, and then he was like, they were to show that they were like together now.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Lazarus
Or
would
to
know.
see her,
Yeah,
to see the sister.
yeah, I think that's all that was. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything important, or we remember.
Yeah.
So Lazarus goes to his father's office because he's hoping to now see his father and finish figuring out everything. And instead, he sees this woman, um, Imogen Carswood. Okay, yeah, Imogen Carswood. She was dating his father, which is why she kisses him there. She thinks he's his father. And he remembers that this woman was actually a victim of the guy that we seen at the beginning that threatened and made it sound like he knew his father was going to commit suicide, which he didn't, but made it sound like it. Whose name is Arlo something, Arlo Jones.
Arlo Jones.
And yeah, so it's kind of like, why is his father making out with this lady that Arlo killed? It doesn't make tons of sense. We don't know how it's connected. But suddenly Arlo appears, and automatically we're like, he's dead, right?
Because that's what I thought too. I thought somebody killed him.
Yes, I definitely thought so, because so far the only people he's seen have been dead, that have been ghosts. So we automatically assume that. That's okay, Karen. But yeah, we automatically assume Arlo's dead and wonder what he's doing there. And he immediately, that's where Arlo's given his crazy speech there.
Oh yeah.
He sees the cut on his hand. That's important because it disappears later. That's why I took a picture of it. He sees this, what Arlo did. He cut him or scratched him. I can't remember which. He calls the hospital and he's like, check on him right now. Check on him. They go in, they open it, and I don't have a picture of it. I don't know why, but Arlo's alive. So this completely, in my opinion, changed a lot of the story. And I don't know that it makes sense to me that he's suddenly seeing somebody alive just because it's like the 11th hour and now he's seeing somebody like I just don't understand the point of switching.
Because first I thought he was dead, and then I thought he's not going to be in his room, and he's really doing it, like really beating the guy up, and it wasn't either of those things.
Oh, okay. So you're saying you thought if he wasn't dead that it was actually literally Arlo? You mean?
Yeah,
that's possible too. Yeah, that's possible too. But
he wasn't.
he wasn't, and he wasn't dead. But I guess my point is that we've gone on the assumption the whole show that everybody he's thought was dead, because when he's seen his friend's wife or mother, that meant she was dead. And I just don't see the point in switching it at the very end, because it didn't, other than like a shock because we were surprised, I don't think it really added anything to the story. Do you?
But Arlo didn't beat up the dad. Was he beating up the dad then?
Yeah, he must have been. Because that's right. Because we find out later, when we hear from Allison, we find out, which we'll get to. We find out what.
Yeah, but it is weird to put that in, be that he is still alive.
That's what I mean.
Like it isn't following the same rules.
Right, and it didn't like I like that. Okay, I get we were surprised. It's kind of the same surprise when he was talking to the therapist and we found out she was alive. But it's not. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't connect to the story. I don't see the point of it. It would have almost made more sense if he had been killed in prison, and I don't think it would have changed the story if he had.
Or he escaped and he was there.
Or he escaped and he was there. Yeah, it really wouldn't have changed anything. So I'm not sure the point of that. I don't know what the reasoning was behind that. I really don't. I mean, it's not relevant now, but I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And there she is looking at a suicide note. They had said that they think there's a page missing. We talked about this before. And then we find out.
That's a wicked manicure.
Yeah, I know it is. It's crazy.
Oh, pointy.
We do find out, lo and behold, that there was another page to the suicide note. And the person burning it. So now, at the end of the 5th episode, we are assuming that Allison may be the final killer. And we have 1 episode left to.
So I would have never even got her in those mess.
No, I mean, I think they were throwing clues that maybe she was guilty because he suspected her, but I don't know that there was any real reason to suspect her, which is good. I mean, you want to be surprised, but yeah, it was kind of at this point, it's like, wait, what? Where is this coming from?
Yeah,
So,
like they had that newspaper clipping. I wish they would have like maybe shown that, just quickly. Like you could have maybe figured it out by outside clues.
which newspaper clipping? You mean later when him and the other psychiatrists are looking it up? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if they show. I don't think they do show close up of that. I'll have to look at the captions. If they did, I mean, of the pictures. If they did, I have it. But hold on. I got to switch photos. We're gonna go to the 6th episode. Am I going too fast for you? I don't want to go too fast.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think.
There'll be a lot of confusion we'll get to talk to with the exposition.
Yeah, and that's why I said too, I don't think we need to belabor this forever because it has been so long since it's been on. We're more just wrapping it up for the people who didn't. Yes, I wish we would have gotten to read it. Read the suicide note. Okay, yeah. Let me see. I don't think.
I thought that was the first page.
Well, I think she meant the first. I think she meant the other page. I don't think you can read any of it. No, you can't. At least not the picture I had taken. It's all blurry.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's
something around like that could have,
Yeah. It would have been nice, especially because it was such a big part of the story.
Yeah.
It would have been really, really helpful. So, whatever, I'll save that there. Sorry, I have to move over to my other recap. I downloaded recaps, at least I know kind of what's going on. All right, so we find out that Arlo is alive, and there's that book again that we never found.
Yeah.
We never found out, the Juniper Bush.
I don't know if it's a real book. I don't think it is.
Yeah, at first though, I wondered it like they make it almost like he's in on whatever it is because he's just sitting there like so calmly reading this, but it is not. It is just a memory of his father's, but he isn't dead. And he looks back at his hand again.
Yeah,
and the cut's gone. So it was all in his, I don't want to say head because it happened to his father. It was in his, and that's the other thing I don't know how I feel about. And I'm curious how you feel about it. You might as well talk about it now. We could wait. We might as well talk about it. We don't really know whether he actually saw things that his father saw because of the whole, we'll get more into it at the end because of the whole tapes. But I felt like it was really left open-ended for you to decide if he really had these visions or not. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
But he's almost having the visions like he's his dad, though, too.
Yeah.
And everybody's treating him, the ghosts are treating him like he's his dad.
Yeah. Look, I assume that this is supposed to be like what he kind of saw in his. But see, I assume that he had listened to the tapes and this happened. And I guess because he's not all the way there, he didn't. Like he thought it was visions, and I guess it's actually what he listened to of his father talking.
It's all
yeah, it's not. It wasn't clear. It didn't make tons of sense. Look, I like the episode. I like the show.
Yeah, but didn't they listen to the tapes at the end? I thought him and his sister were listening to tapes at the end.
They were, which is why it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to be implying that he never really had the visions, like he thought he did, and he was having a mental breakdown. But it was left so open-ended, you could still believe that he saw the visions. They left it up to you to decide, I guess. That's how I took it. Karen says it's a real book.
Oh, yeah?
The thing is that's interesting because
what's the author then, Karen? Do you know the author?
Oh, she means the juniper. You mean the juniper. I thought she meant this is actually a Harlan Coben book rather than
because I might read A Wrinkle in Time and I might read The Juniper Bush too if I can find it in the library.
Yeah, I know we tried to find it before and never did. I don't remember who it was by now.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't know if it was a real book or not. I couldn't remember. It was a while ago.
I remember we looked for it when we were on the other show and we couldn't find it. I do remember that, but it's interesting from Audrey Howard, 1929. All right. That's odd that we didn't. I'm just curious because I'm remembering us Googling it and not being able to find it.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that if Karen found it, it wasn't that difficult. So maybe we were typing some, I don't know. I don't remember. I give up. But either way, if it's a real book, that's very interesting. And I'm curious what it's about. What does it say it's about? Juniper Bush by Audrey Howard. Let's see what it says, because I am curious. It says, Christy is the only daughter. Yeah, I think when we saw this, now I remember what it was. We found this and we said that isn't the same book, Karen, because this is a romance, which is not the book he's reading.
Yeah, his is more like a spiritual book, like a religious
I do not think
philosophy.
that he's reading a
this romance novel is the key to everything.
Maybe. So I tend to think that there's a book called The Juniper Bush, but it's not the same book.
They're all reading the romance novel. Arlo Jones.
Maybe. I don't know. But there you go. That's at least what that book's about.
Derives spiritual enlightenment through the romantic.
So here's my question. Let me go back and see if you could actually read I didn't even think to look. Can you see the author? You can't. You can't read it.
Or anything. No.
Yeah, it's
a made up book. That's what they have it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Where'd I go? Anyway, back to what we were saying. So his cut is not real. It was a vision / in his head. He does go to talk to Arlo, and he tells him he knows he was, a patient of his father. And basically what happened was Arlo, the reason why he was saying that like something was going to happen to him is because he asked God to punish his father. And what it is, it wasn't that he hired somebody to kill him or anything. He just was like that he works in mysterious ways. But he knows he saw his father, and I'm scanning through this recap. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. Yeah. He only knows this, we think, because of the vision, but later on we find that's not the case. But he betrayed his trust because he told his father, Lazarus's father, about wanting to I think that he wanted to go after that woman because he had sexually assaulted women and killed them. That was what he was in prison for. But this must have been before he went to prison, because that's why he went to prison, I think. He sexually assaulted women and killed them. He told Lazarus's father that he was having these urges to do this, to rape the women and kill them. And his father told the cops, and that's why he ended up caught and in prison. So that's why he wanted his father to die. He blamed him for being in prison. Which, to be fair, patient-doctor confidentiality does not extend to when they're going to hurt somebody.
And when they're doing crime. When it's crime, you can report it.
Right, you can. So that was the guy's fault for not knowing that.
Well, that's the guy's fault for,
well, it's for killing people. It's his fault for killing people,
women.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should not do that.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Karen, no, he was a criminal. He had murdered people. He didn't murder that woman. Because the woman was sleeping with his father, and they blamed him, but he said all along that he never killed. He admitted to killing the other women, but he never killed Imogen, and his DNA was there, but he denied doing it all along. That part, yes. That part was he was framed for, and that was how he got sent to jail. But it wasn't right. He was jailed for a crime he didn't commit, but he still murdered all the other women. He was a murderer. That's why when I watched this the first time, I thought that they were saying, and it was before I'd seen the whole thing, I thought that these were maybe criminals or people that they couldn't get evidence. They did, how sometimes cops fake evidence. So I thought that they planted his evidence in order to get him caught for murder. because he was a murderer they couldn't catch. But that was not the case and was not what happened.
That would have made sense. That would have made sense, Jamie.
It would have made a lot more sense than what happened in the story. Yes.
Yes.
But that is not what happened.
Because that's what my brain was trying to do when it got to the end of this. It was
trying to figure it out, make it make sense. Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like, oh, so they were, so it was a vengeance. No, it wasn't.
No, it just didn't have a lot of sense. So anyway, he goes and he looks through the files, and this is where, let's see, he discovers that, okay, there's also, wait, before we get to that, let's stop a second and go to this. So this discussion also confused me because I'm not sure exactly. I remember when we talked about this scene that I had a difference of opinion of this, I think, than Karen or AJ, one of the two. This guy on the right is telling Seth about this weapon, this sickle.
Oh yeah, this crazy weapon.
The crazy weapon, which he found in a murder that happened someplace else before. And this seems to be the same murder weapon that killed, I'm looking for the guy's name because I don't remember his name. That guy's mother that was killed, the secretary, Lazarus's secretary. Do you remember what her name was? Margot. This was the weapon, seems to be like the weapon that killed Margot. And it was from another crime that happened some other time. I think he was on vacation. Vacation or something when it happened.
Is there anything on the tag? Can you read the tag on it? Or is it just blurry?
No, it's just blurry. These weren't high-res photos.
It looks pretty nasty, weapon.
It does. I thought that he was just saying like he knew what the weapon was because of seeing it in this case. But I did not think that the same person committed that crime that committed this crime. We also talked about, were they saying, yeah. So I don't know if, okay, when we find out obviously at the end that it's Aiden, I don't know if it was supposed to be that Aiden also killed this random person that makes no sense, or if it was supposed to be that he somehow got this out of evidence. It was very, very confusing. And it's
but now it makes me think that maybe Aiden was getting ready to kill Sam with the lake.
Oh, maybe that would actually be more interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe this criminal gene just runs through the family.
Yeah. Either way, I did not understand. Yeah, I did not understand the thing about the sickle. I remember that we had differing opinions, and I don't think we ever came to a conclusion of.
I think it was just. I think it's a setup for season 2, if there is one.
If there is one, yeah.
If there is one,
that would imply that Aiden was a serial killer. And the other thing is that this happened in another town. Like he's a kid. How did he get to the other town? Somebody would have had to driven him. I just didn't.
You got it right.
Yeah,
I gotta go murder. Can I call an Uber?
Yeah, and it's possible that some of this stuff we're just not remembering because it's been so long since we've seen it. But I remember.
I feel like there's a connection because this is a very unique weapon.
It is. I'm just wondering if it was him, like why he killed this random person, or like you said, maybe you're right. Maybe we would have found out that it was somebody connected.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the show, it means whoever was the killer with the blade has taken on Aiden as a student. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I don't remember you saying that. You probably did, and I just don't remember it. But that's interesting thought.
An intern.
Maybe. I do think that they're setting it up for season 2, though. I don't think they'll ever get one, but I think that was what they were.
Then it's the weirdest cliffhanger, then.
Or how it is a weird cliffhanger. Look, this show was, I think, pretty good until the last half of the last episode. Then it just kind of all went to shit.
Then as they were explaining it, I was like, what? How? What? Where?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Totally confused. Yeah, it was Sam who killed. Karen says maybe it's what's his name who killed Sutton. It was Sam who killed Sutton. He admitted to killing Sutton. That part we already got.
Yeah, we heard that. We got that one.
Yeah, we got that.
There's a lot of crimes that are open ended by the end of this too. Like who killed this person or who killed this person?
Yeah. I don't. Well, I know what it was. I think it was AJ suggested it. Okay, so these different murders were committed by Lazarus's father. Right. And we know this, and I know we haven't gotten to this part yet, but they were kids.
Spoilers.
yeah, well, if you're watching this, we're almost at the end of the episode. I think if I remember rightly, and again, it's been so long since we covered this before.
Yeah.
I think that AJ had said something like that when she put the evidence in, that he somehow took it from there, and that was how he got the sickle, and that it was actually from a different case. I think it was AJ said that, but it just doesn't connect. Let's be honest, it doesn't.
You'd have to write a pretty good story for us, because I just remember them saying how rare it was.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I mean, you can't just go to your local store, like your local knife and gun store.
It's a sickle, which makes me think maybe he was supposed to have killed him. I don't know. It isn't explained.
It's like a calling card weapon, Jamie.
It is, and it's one of the many things that are explained in the show. So when he's talking to his therapist friend there, psychiatrist friend, girlfriend, I don't know if she's a girlfriend yet, bed partner, whatever, I don't know. Whenever, wait, okay, hold on. Maybe after Sut and Sam escalated to being the psych killer and has tutored Aiden, that would be interesting. I don't know that that's what they were implying, but that I could see that.
Be interesting. Yeah,
it would be interesting, but it's definitely not what I took from the show.
Yeah, the whole time telling people like outsiders don't get treated well by society.
Yeah, that is kind of what it says.
Because you're murdering people.
It might be. It might be. You do the murder and you hopefully get arrested, and then it's legit, right? So he did find out that Detective Brown, maybe it was the grandpa. Yeah, that's what I mean, Karen. I think that maybe the sickle murder was supposed to be Lazarus's father too. I just don't understand where the hell how Aiden got the sickle is my point. Like, I don't remember how or if that connected. But anyway, he knows that Lazarus found out that detective, Allison Brown, that she was involved in all these cases. She was the one who closed the cases. So he's looking into it with his, as you said, girlfriend. We don't know, whatever she is, with her. And he's kind of like, is this just me or is this not weird? And she's like, yeah, it was weird. So at least he got an outside idea that some of it didn't make sense. These were all these people that died were his patients, and the case was closed by her. And this is the point where I thought, okay, they're trying to get killers that they couldn't arrest, right? But this guy that I don't remember his name, I apologize, this young guy that was sexually assaulted by the priest. Like, why would they kill him? Unless it was to get...
Well, that's one of those murders now. We don't know who really did this murder.
Well, yeah, Lazarus's father did. We know that. But
the kid?
I remember, yeah. I remember wondering, like, why would he do that? Yeah, that's what never made... I don't know. Like, I don't think it made sense.
I didn't even know that he killed a kid. Just what?
Well, he wasn't a kid. He was a young adult, but yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, this guy was not bad. I thought that it was supposed to be, like, at this point, what I thought is that they were trying to get people arrested for because they couldn't, they were making up evidence. But if that were the case and they just wanted that priest arrested for that, it wouldn't make sense that they would kill the victim. It just didn't make any sense. So
yeah, because I guess I thought that he was already dead, and then they framed it on the guy.
No. I don't think so. It's supposed to be Lazarus' father killed him. Yeah.
What?
Well, this part of my theory was wrong. I'm just saying that was my theory at the time.
That's weird, because I just thought it was just going to go around as an open murder case because nobody knew who.
No. It was supposed to be that Lazarus, at least my understanding was that Lazarus's father was a serial killer, and Allison didn't realize that. She thought she was helping him close cases, but he was actually murdering people and then giving her evidence of who did it so that he didn't go to jail. That's how I took it.
Oh, okay.
I
just thought that they wanted this guy to go down, and they were just like, we're going to pin this murder that already happened on him. I don't
think so. A lot of this didn't make sense. It was a very confusing ending. It was a very confusing ending.
I'm trying to make sense out of all of it.
And discussing it a couple months after I've seen it does not help the fact. Let's put it that way.
It just makes it all the more muddled.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
There's
that's
Seth
right. He
here.
kisses her and sweet.
Yeah, they're there. This
I
is
thought
where
it was
he comes
before. I thought
and
it
he
was the
tells.
other scene.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I was gonna say this is where. No, I do like that they put them together. This is where he comes and he tells Seth, "I have evidence that she was, arresting people that she had no evidence for, and they were faking evidence." And Seth doesn't believe him, but he's like, "You have to talk to her, and we're going to do this." And eventually, he convinces him, and they go and they talk.
I feel like there is a violence gene because he's like real violent. He's like,
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
quick,
Definitely.
really quick to
Definitely.
swing a
Definitely.
fist or strangle. Kind of runs
Yeah.
in the family.
No. He's definitely got the violence in there. So he and Seth go to talk to Allison, and when Seth gets up, Allison says something to him, which we find out after is basically that she has a tape, and that if he doesn't want his father's name to be dragged through the mud, he just needs to let it go.
Yeah, that was a really weird shot scene where the Seth went to get a coffee or something, and then it was shot really weirdly behind them, and then she just took off.
Partly, I think, because they didn't want you to know the whole thing yet.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yes, I loved when she got up and ran too, Karen. I agree. This was fun. So anyway,
that's like only murders in the building in the fifth season. They just had the suspect just ran, and because Steve Martin and Martin Short are older, they were like, "Oh, we never thought we'd have to run after somebody," so they got away.
Yeah, you don't expect them to.
They're like, "Why has this never happened to us before?"
Yeah, well, I don't think that he thought she'd run. I don't think she thought she'd get caught, or she probably wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, I forgot what happens to her too. Oh God, it's all coming back to me, Jamie.
This is like where the story started to make no sense.
It's like a Naked Gun death. I forget it's like the Naked Gun.
It was hilarious though when she got hit by the car. I mean, that sounds awful to say that.
No, I just started laughing when the bus happened because I thought a marching band would be behind the bus, and then they just march over her like in the Naked Gun.
Yeah, no, I laughed when the car hit.
Oh, I laughed, and I didn't mean to laugh because it probably wasn't supposed to be a laughable moment, but
I don't think it was either. But I found it funny as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, whenever Seth gets up to go get a coffee or whatever, she tells him this, and then she gets up to run, and she knocks. I think she knocked him down, tied him up, something. She attacked him. Either way.
Yeah.
So now he knows that it's legit. Yeah, like a watermelon.
Yeah, I know. It was so horrible.
That's what I said. I feel like this was a comedic moment that wasn't meant to be a comedic moment.
Because she has that scene where the bicycle hits her, and I thought, oh, he's just going to catch up to her. I never thought the bus was going to come.
I didn't either. So yeah, she takes off.
Dark.
And he chases her, and she runs, and that's when it goes squish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not think that
was the bicycle first, and then her head's perfectly there.
You thought it would just slow her down, and then it's like, okay, just ran over her head. Nice. And then I love
was forever scarred.
Yeah, and I love I love that though. This pop sound when he ran over her head like a watermelon. That's awesome. It is gross.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Disgusting.
I don't think it was
funny
supposed to be funny, but it was.
In a dark,
it was definitely funny, whether it was meant to be or not. It was funny. Because this show wasn't very comedic overall. That's why I don't think it was supposed to be funny.
No, it wasn't supposed to be. It's supposed to be dramatic, but I couldn't help. I just couldn't stop laughing after I saw it.
No, it was too crazy.
It was so over the top. It's so over the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, oh my God.
Too crazy. Yeah, exactly.
How?
Like when did this happen? And I like this scene too. I also thought is kind of funny a little bit when they're kind of sitting there like just in shock. Like they're as much in shock as we are, right? They're like, what the fuck just happened?
I mean, you never see that. You never see that happen.
Didn't see that one coming, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I can't say Harlan Coben shows do not surprise me, right? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so that surprised me at any rate. But he goes and he gets the tape. They show the tape. This is where they show the flashback where you hear their conversation that we didn't see the first time of what she said whenever Seth got up. And he goes over and he digs through her pocket when she's got a squashed head.
Yeah.
And he gets the tape. Look at all her brain matter. Ew, ew, ew. Gets the tape out.
No blood on the tape.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the tape, of course. The tape's nice and clean, right? It has to be.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah.
So dark.
So then we switch to this
They
scene
couldn't
here.
just have her get hit by the bus, like, and then just die. It had to be over her head.
But I kind of like it just because it was funny. Whether it was intentional, it was kind of funny. Anyway, he got his tape. He got what he wanted, right? So then we go to this scene. What the heck is that noise?
I hear a noise.
Sorry, somebody was up in the house, and I thought everybody was in bed. I'm like, what the heck is that? It scared me there for a second.
Ghosts.
Yeah, ghosts. So Aiden goes to see the psychiatrist, and I think because he wanted to talk about his father, right? I know that his mother had been trying to get him to see another shrink, and he wouldn't go see them. And I think because supposedly, I guess the idea was since she knew his father, maybe she would be somebody to talk to. Which I have to say, and I don't think they mentioned, and somebody can tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you remember, maybe Karen remembers. She should never have seen him. I feel like she should have right away said, this is a conflict of interest. I'll find you another psychiatrist, right? Because even if she wasn't seeing his father, she was dating his father. So yeah, it should not have happened. These 3 shrinks are so unprofessional. Karen, these are the worst 3 psychiatrists on television right now. Yeah, do not go to them. Even well, she's not alive, but
yeah, especially the ones that have the serial killer gene. You don't want any of those.
Yeah, you don't want the ones with the serial killer gene, and she's dead, so you can't see her either. But he
you
goes
never
to
watched,
see her.
You never watched Riverdale, right?
Not enough of it, no. Why do they have a
because
psychiatrist?
there was a serial killer, because Betty had the serial killer gene.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. But either way, she should have immediately been like, sorry, I can't talk to you. And of course she wasn't.
Yeah. No more.
Yeah. So he tells the story about his other shrink not forget what he said, that somebody he talked to didn't keep his secret. And I can't remember who that was in reference to, because he didn't kill Lazarus's father. So but didn't he say something like that was like part of his problem? He didn't want to talk to shrink because they wouldn't keep a secret. I thought there was something going on there, and that it was all like, I thought it was supposed to be, and I'm not even entirely sure, but I remember thinking when I saw this the first time that I thought that Margot knew about him being there and she told somebody and that's why he killed her. But I think that was just my thought. I don't think they ever had that in the show. Do you remember?
I don't remember. So you think Aiden killed her?
Oh, Aiden definitely killed her. Because she was the one that was killed with a sickle. And she
wants him to keep his dark secrets, which is serial killing.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't understand why he killed her. I mean, she wasn't a psychiatrist. She was the assistant to the psychiatrist. So I don't know. I just kind of, I think, inferred from that somehow she told somebody something and that's why he killed. That was what I inferred from that scene, but I don't think it ever actually said that. I think that I just thought that.
You don't think he just likes killing for the sake of killing?
Yeah. That was what I had thought.
Look at Bob, you can't stop. You know?
Yeah. But anyway, she talks to him and she sees him. And then he goes to listen to the tape. And this is where he finds out the truth of what happened. Basically, she was helping him. At least what I took out of it is that she was helping him. Wait, hold on. Let me read what this says. After confronting it, if
you're listening, it's very confusing.
It is very confusing, and it's been, like I said, it's been a couple months since I've seen it.
I mean, I feel like the last 30 minutes was all exposition. This all talking.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, I would never figure this out.
Yeah, this is the point that was important that I got out of it to begin with, is that this detective did not know that his father was killing people. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think that that's what I thought. They said the same thing in this recap. She thought that she was using his information in the cases. I mean, she really wasn't allowed to do that, but she thought that he was helping her close these cases that they couldn't close, which is why I thought
he was in his own way.
Yeah, in his own way. That is why I thought that they were faking evidence, but that wasn't what they were actually doing. She really, I mean, they kind of were, but not for that reason. She really thought they were closing these cases. But what was happening was Lazarus's father was actually murdering these people and using her to cover it up. And that's why she comes to kill him. He had strangled that girl to death, that one that killed.
Because she wasn't feeling good. Because he said she felt bad. So
he did help her.
He didn't want to suffer, so he strangled her.
He did help her move the body of her boyfriend. That we were right.
I thought you meant Imogene.
No, not Imogene, not Imogene. Or I'm sorry, that was Imogene. I meant Cassandra. I called her Imogene, but you're right, Cassandra.
No, Imogene. She was feeling bad one day, and he just decided to strangle
her.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's what you do. That's what you do.
Well, he killed Cassandra because Cassandra killed her boyfriend and he helped her cover it up. So he killed her. But then the idea is that after he killed her, I guess he liked it.
He got a taste for it.
Yeah, he strangled his girlfriend because oh no, you're right. The girlfriend came first. Okay.
The girlfriend came first because he said that she was
sick. She was dying.
Depressed and suffering.
So he killed her with, I don't think she wanted him to kill her, but he killed her to end her suffering and then pinned the murder on Arlo, that guy.
Yeah.
But after that, he got a taste for it. And he decided that these people that were suffering, I guess the idea was because they were suffering, like that guy that was sexually assaulted, I guess because he was depressed and suffering, that they couldn't, it wasn't even just that they were suffering and they couldn't get better. If I remember rightly, I think it was just that he thought that like their lives weren't worth it exactly. I can't even, I'm trying to remember exactly what the reasoning was.
That's why it seems like that like poor guy that got assaulted by a priest that just killed is just like a horrible story.
It is.
But if it's his dad that did it, it's even more horrible. What a horrible life this kid lived.
It's his father that did it. He needed somebody to pin it on, but
that's why I thought the murder happened first, and he was just pinning it on this guy.
Right. Well, that's just it. She thought that they were, I guess she thought that they were framing people they couldn't get arrested. It sounds like
that's what I thought too.
Recap. It seems like from reading this person's recap, that might have been what she thought. Yeah. I didn't take it that way. I thought she actually thought that they were the murderers, but it's not really relevant because that isn't the point. The point is that he took these people who were sick. Yeah. And he thought that they couldn't be healed or whatever. So it was his responsibility.
So he just made a big judgment call there.
Yes, he was crazy, in other words, which is pretty much all the only point.
Because sudden stuff made him crazy.
Yes. Apparently. And so she's like, I'm not going to go down for this. Because you did.
Should.
So I should, but I don't want us both to go down for this. So what you're going to do to protect me is you're going to kill yourself and write a suicide letter. And she's like, if you don't, we're both going to go down for this. So he agrees to do it. And we see this in the flashback. And right before he does it, he writes them a letter and he tries to call his son. That was sad, though, that he was trying to call Laz at that point and couldn't get a hold of him. And we know that from, what happened at the beginning. But he did kill himself. That part was 100% real. There was more to the suicide note we didn't get to see. But I do remember us saying now the suicide note, I think, is actually supposed to be what he's saying in these scenes. The conversation we hear of him talking, like it's what he's writing, I think. So we did kind of get to see it. But he unalives himself there. Yeah. And then he talks to Lazarus and he explains what happened there. He killed Cassandra, decided he liked it. And basically he says
he killed Imogene first. Imogene, and he decided to like.
He killed Imogene because Imogene was suffering. He liked it. Then you're right, I said the wrong thing again. And then he killed Cassandra because since she murdered people, like that one she murdered her boyfriend. So like, okay, that I kind of got. But then that guy, that poor guy who was sexually assaulted by
Yeah,
the
I
priest.
feel bad
Why
about
would
this
you kill him?
guy so much.
So basically, Lazarus's father was a serial killer and used the cop to cover it up. Is pretty much the easiest explanation, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. And his point with this whole scene is telling Lazarus that this anger, this murder, that this runs in the family. And,
Yep.
you know, Lazarus hasn't killed anybody. So,
But he's pretty
we're kinda
violent, dude.
he's pretty violent, but he hasn't killed anybody
That you
but
know of, Jamie.
that we know of.
That we
But
know of.
apparently, it maybe runs in the family and skips a generation.
Yeah, maybe. Like diabetes.
Exposed quick scenes of people like them and what they're kind of up to, him with his sister. Yeah, and then he goes to see, oh, this is where they're looking at the tapes. Now, let's talk about this. So,
Yeah.
his sister listens to the tapes too. She
Mhm.
seems to realize what happened. And I do think that it was left very open-ended, that it's supposed to be that Lazarus listened to the tapes when he found them early on,
Yeah.
and that what he heard was not visions, but was actually supposed to be the conversations his father had on the tape. Because they make a point at one point of saying that his father recorded everything. That's why he was able to listen to the suicide.
I thought they found them later, though.
They what?
I thought they found the tapes later. They found them
I think
earlier?
I think his sister found them later. I'm not sure if
If they
Karen's
found
still
them
there.
later, how was he having the visions before?
No. That's what I'm saying. He got the tape of his father's suicide later when he took it from her body. But no, he had the tape all along. His father recorded everything. He had I took it that he had the tapes all along. His sister found the tapes and she listened to them. And I think when it was showing him listening to him, like that was supposed to be a flashback. So his sister was like, "Oh, this is what happened." So yes, his sister finds him at the end. That's what I thought, Karen. So the idea, I think, of what they're implying, and again, it's so twisted and so not explained right. I think that they're implying that he listened to these tapes all along, but because he was having a nervous breakdown because of everything going on, because of his father and everything else, because they make a point of saying that he basically had a nervous breakdown when his sister was murdered.
Yeah.
It's implying that when he listened to these tapes, because of whatever was going on in his head, he saw what he was listening to and he thought they were visions.
He is manifesting. Yeah.
Right. But that being said, it is kind of left open-ended for you to wonder, is that really true? It's not. I think you can look at it either way. It's just another one of the problems with this show. I think it was a cool twist that he was listening to the tapes and it wasn't really happening. And I said from the beginning, I didn't really think he was seeing ghosts. So I believe it was coming from the tapes. But I don't think that it was played out like it should have. I don't think it was explained right. And I don't think it worked the way the writer intended. I think the idea was there. I just think it got lost in translation. That's my
I think with Aiden and Sam too, maybe there would be a little bit of a lead up. They don't have to tell everything, but just have a little lead up.
Yes, I feel like there were no clues
like
along
maybe him
the way.
listening to a tape or something, and then you make the connection that he had the tapes before or something.
Yeah.
Maybe play it up like it's a new tape or something, and then being like, "Oh, he had all the tapes after all."
Yeah, because look, I like Harlan Coben's mysteries. I've pretty much liked all of them, that I've seen. Some are better than others, and they usually do have a twisted ending that you're not expecting, but usually it makes sense. Like some of this just.
This one has a whole bunch of twisted endings, and
that's what I said. It's not. I think that the idea was there. I think it just wasn't executed right. I don't think it worked. But either way, there he is listening to the tapes, and we're seeing it like as he listened to it, basically, and finding out that that's what it is. But this was, to me, I could have been okay with the mess that it was before that.
Yeah.
If it didn't have this last 5 minutes. Because this last bit,
crazy last one.
This last bit to me was like so dumb, and I kind of wonder, because I have liked his stories so much, it makes me wonder if this was one of those things where he wrote a different ending, and the network was like, "We want you to give it a different ending," and made him change it.
We want a second season, so we're going.
Because that has happened in shows. Because I just, it was a mess before the ending, but I still enjoyed most of it. But this part was just so stupid. because we find out the psychiatrist is dead, and it was Aiden, and he's got the sickle. And although it is a different sickle, the other one was like taped up, so it is a different sickle. So yeah, I guess it's possible he found it, but it's implying that Aiden killed her. And it just,
because they all have the serial killer gene.
They all have the serial killer. Yeah, I think the point of the story was to tell us that, like, yeah, they have a serial killer gene and then it runs in the family. But it's just, it didn't come together the way it should have. And I think that this came out of nowhere. There was no lead up, no clues, no foreshadowing. Usually when you see the end of one of his shows, you're like, oh, that makes so much sense. And now this part makes sense because it was leading up to the, no, this is just like out of the blue, made no sense.
They didn't even have like a creepy, like, you know, Ethan and From thing where he was talking about like, how do you cut up dead bodies or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
He didn't read it up at the library about, you know.
Yeah. The ending, yeah, Karen said the ending kind of ruined the whole show, except I already didn't like the show. I liked it. I thought, like I said, I liked the first 5.5 episodes. Okay. The part with the cop and like how
I think the first thing was Arlo Jones showing up.
That was kind of where it went down.
Live.
That's where it kind of went down here. I didn't mind the idea that Allison was involved and that she thought she was closing cases and that his father was tricking her. That part could have been done okay, in my opinion. I think that, like I said, I think it got lost in translation. But there wasn't a reason he killed them. Like maybe if he killed just Cassandra and Imogen, and like if he had killed Arlo or something. But the fact that he killed them,
did. I thought he only killed
right. Well, no, he was already dead at that point. He couldn't have.
Yeah.
But the fact that he killed that poor guy that was raped by the priest, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yes, I could have still gotten okay with that if they hadn't added this last 5 minutes, because to me, this ending is honestly what made me like so mad, because it felt like it was tacked on because they said, we need to make another twist. We need to make a possible season 2. And it just ruined it. And it stinks because his shows are usually so good. Like, why not make a season 2 of Shelter? That show was so good. That I would have totally been behind. That show was awesome. But yeah, this just didn't work. First 5 episodes were okay. And then it didn't come together. But at least it seems like everybody feels like that. So it wasn't just me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll Mayfair it and give it another season.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's written like they want another season. I just don't think it's going to happen because I don't know that it did very well. I don't know. Maybe it did.
It would be interesting if like Sam, like he was Sam's intern and Sam had that weapon and they were. Yeah.
And I think you put more thought into it than he did. Yeah, if that had been the case, it maybe would have made sense.
I got it from Karen though. I think.
Yeah. Well, okay, Karen made a good point too. Then you wrote that.
I mean, that would be interest because then you could go back. Yeah. You could go back to some of those.
Oh, that's right. Karen did say that earlier. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, you could go back to some of those scenes like when they were fishing and they could have a conversation about like killing somebody or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they had done that, it maybe would have been better. And
that'd been cool. Like have like a scene at the end where they were at the lake and they were talking before Lazarus got there. And they were like, "Oh yeah, killing that girl last night was cool, wasn't it? Oh yeah."
And the thing is they can't, even if they did get a season 2, they can't fix it because they can't add in that after the fact. Like that would be worse, I think. Like,
they could flip back to it.
Yeah, but if they do, that's like saying, hey, you know, the murders that happened in the last season that you thought you saw the answer to, we're completely changing the end of the show. Like that would make me even, I think, more mad. Because you can't.
No, it wouldn't change it. It would just be Molly died by Sam's hand or something. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's giving context that should have been given in season 1.
Or Aiden killed her.
Yeah. Well.
Write your own story. Write your own story that fits.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, to make it that there was something going on we didn't know about, like you have to, at the end of the season, you have to either answer who the killer is or make a clear cliffhanger. You can't make it one way and then decide to change it. I mean, you can, but I think that would mess
There's a lot of retconning going on these days.
There is, but I just think that would
they
mess
can
it up.
just George Lucas that thing up like everyone else does.
They can.
Add some scenes.
Look, either way,
effect.
No, they can, but either way, it was a mess. At least the last part of it.
Yeah.
Because I have liked the majority of his shows, I still am going to watch Runaway and see if it's any good. I have hopes that since it's based on a book, it will be better. Maybe the moral of the story is Harlan Coben is an awesome novel writer, but maybe not such a great screenplay writer or script writer, for TV.
So did he write the script too?
Well, I shouldn't say he wrote the script. I don't think hold on. I don't know if he wrote the script or it was based on his. No.
I mean, you might have to get permission for his
I'm looking. Hold on. Okay, more than one person wrote it. It sounds like he worked on it, but the idea was his. But my point is, maybe he writes better books than he does TV series. Because the ones that have been based on his books have been very good. I'm going to give Runaway a chance, even though I didn't love this. I tend to think that there's a possibility that some of this could have been fucked up by Netflix, and it may not have even all been his fault. They might have made him change the ending. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it just it didn't seem like, I don't know. Like I said, the first 5 episodes I thought were pretty good. I mean, they weren't the best, but they were pretty good. And then it just went whoop, downhill. So
maybe he has more control on the ones that are based on his books.
Because they've already been written and he's taken time to make sure it's a good story. Yeah. So, I mean, if the next story goes like this, then I may quit watching them, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And I will try to watch Runaway. I unfortunately could not I tried to get it ahead of time. I couldn't, but, we'll watch it when it comes out. And I assume you might want to, I didn't know if you wanted to cover it or not, but
when does it come out?
January something. I didn't even know it was coming out until, I don't remember if it was Karen or AJ. One of them mentioned it.
Animal Control's coming out with a second season in January too. It's a funny series that has Joe McHale in it.
Oh, well, it's got Joe McHale. I'm sure you like it. I should know that.
Yeah.
I'm not finding it. It's not popping up. Let's see. There it is. Harlan Coben's Runaway. It is January 1st. What is this with let's put shows on holidays?
That's the way.
Is this like a new thing? Because
rolling out like that too, like one on Christmas Eve, one
on Eve. Stranger Things, The Artist. Now this, look, I like to spend my holidays being a holiday. Like, I get that, like, Christmas episodes, like Doctor Who's on Christmas when they have a Christmas episode. That's always happening.
Episode of Downton Abbey where
that's a thing. That's a thing.
A tree.
Yeah, that's a thing they do in the UK, and I get it, and it's always been that way. And you can choose to watch it or not on Christmas, but all these other shows doing it, like, I just don't get it. Ness, I was looking just because we were talking about it. The Christmas special for Doctor Who, I just was looking up because we were talking about it. There is no 2025 special. It's 2026. We're not getting the regular show for a while. Just the spinoff, which is this weekend.
Well, at least at Fallout, they're running them a week, like an episode a week. There isn't like a big drop of episodes.
Oh, for Christmas, Well,
they finally figured out that people actually like going episode to episode.
Yeah, they have been doing more of that. But the Artist, though, when it drops on Christmas, I think they're dropping all 4 episodes at once, though,
probably,
which is a little
on Christmas.
A little strange. I don't understand that. Like, is anybody? I mean, look, I'm sure there's some people that spend all day watching TV on Christmas, but I'm not one of them, and I watch more TV. I watch more TV than most people, so that's that's saying something.
Me too. But not on holidays.
Look, I'll be honest though. I will watch that. Will I watch it on Christmas? No. I'm hoping that I get it before Christmas. I've been trying to get the rest of it because I
did watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Thanksgiving.
Well, I don't know. To me, Christmas is like, I'm not going to be doing stuff like that on Christmas. I want to see it.
You don't watch It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas?
No, I don't. I usually don't watch. I do watch Doctor Who on Christmas. I usually will take an hour out of Christmas to watch Doctor Who because I'm obsessed with Doctor Who. But
But
nothing else.
you don't watch like Christmas Story or Elf or
Not
Christmas.
on Christmas, like Christmas Eve maybe, but not
Yeah.
usually on. At least I usually don't. I mean, I guess sometimes I have. At least not till like late at night.
Yeah.
Like if it's late at night, yeah, but not like in the middle of the day. No.
Or you're visiting family.
I get that, B. I get that. People.
Sorry.
No, sorry. No, I was just reading what B said, that people who spend Christmas alone might have appreciation.
Well, I mean, I've got a Christmas event before where somebody has a Christmas Story on TBS where they do those 24-hour marathons, but that's having in the background. Yeah.
And I'm sure lots of people watch Christmas movies on Christmas. It's probably their, their thing that they do. I don't like it. I know a lot of times my dad watches them on Christmas. Like I'll hear him downstairs or whatever watch one. Like I just don't tend to do that. So I get it, but that's more Christmas movies. I'm not sure about like a regular show, but yeah, you're right. Some people might, and I guess I shouldn't complain. Like I said, I watched Doctor Who on Christmas when it's on. I watched it when it was on New Year's. I mean, I would have preferred it to be on the day before Christmas, but I did take out enough time to do it. So I guess it depends what it is. I just can't see myself sitting down and watching 4 episodes of a TV show, no matter how much I like it, on Christmas Day. I really like the artist,
but people have it off. I guess they're just playing the odds.
They do, and I'm sure a lot of people do watch it, or they wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I don't understand it personally. My parents often go to the movies on Christmas. This year I'll be there, but when us kids can't be there, they're sad and go, oh, that's cool. And I think I feel also like going to the movies is a little different. It's more like a thing. I don't know. I think it really depends on what you do. And it also depends.
Go get some Chinese or Indian food, then go watch a movie.
Yeah, some people do that at Christmas. I think it just depends the way you celebrate it. I really think it does. I mean, everybody's different. I mean, every Thanksgiving we go to the buffet on Thanksgiving, and people think it's weird. That's what we have always done for the last. It became kind of a tradition because we originally were one year when we were going to go to somebody's house for Thanksgiving. They canceled it at the last second without telling us. It's a long story, but anyway, we ended up out instead because we didn't have a turkey and didn't have anything made, so we went out to eat. And I don't know, it somehow became a tradition. So everybody does does things different.
Yeah, well, I started my relationship with my boyfriend close to COVID, so like our relation started out really bizarre, like with socializing.
Things happen. Yeah, things happen.
So,
yeah,
I mean now, like his parents came down one time and we went out to Indian place, so now we just go out to Indian place or a Chinese place because it's kind of got that vibe, like when Jewish people and Chinese immigrants were all together, and that's what
they Chinese on Christmas or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little history to it.
Hey, I think you should enjoy your Christmas however you want to enjoy your Christmas. And if you want, I don't really want to watch a new Groot show on Christmas. I can see.
My favorite Christmas was Greek Christmas, though. When I was in California, the Greek side of the family was all like, eating lamb and drinking ouzo and
different things. I think,
or the Mexican side of the family was making tamales. Like I was in a relationship for 20 years where I made tamales every year. With the Mexican side of the family. Yeah, so I kind of every once in a while I'll get tamales, like a bunch of tamales on Christmas because it was like such a thing.
Well, that's interesting. Everybody does something different, and I could see people doing it. I guess
the Greek and Mexican sides were part of the same family, so they did all of it at once.
So you got all that food.
Yeah, so you had like tamales. The first time I went, they had all these appetizers, and I ate up because my family would usually celebrate Christmas Eve with just appetizers, but it wasn't just the appetizers, and I was full, and they're like, "Oh, we're making tamales now," and I'm like, "Wow."
It's a little too much food.
There's also lamb if you want it.
There's a lot of food.
Going on, you got it.
I guess my point is I can see somebody watching like one episode. Like I said, I'll watch Doctor Who, but to watch 4 episodes on Christmas to me sounds like a lot. But it depends what you do. And hey, I definitely recommend you watch the show. So whether you watch it on Christmas or you watch it after Christmas,
I'm not really a binger.
Watch the rest of the show. Yeah, I am a binger.
Well, the thing is, I binged the whole first season of Yellow Jackets because it was on a free HBO weekend, and I didn't know if I'd get another chance to watch it for free. So I just gobbled down the first season.
Well, I'm very bad with binging, but I will be spending Christmas with my family. I will not be watching 4 hours worth of
I have a
TV.
hard time retaining information after a couple episodes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I always binge, but I've gotten in the habit of binging. I'm bad with that because I'll start a show like in nighttime and then I stay up till 5 o'clock or whatever.
The sun's out.
Yeah, I'm very, very bad with that. I suck at that. But yeah, but I do hope that, I mean, like, I want to see it. I just don't know that I have 4 hours on Christmas Day to watch it. But then again, they may not expect you to binge it. I mean, will I watch it the day after Christmas? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But maybe not 4 hours on Christmas. We'll see. I kind of want to watch the next one.
Or if you work the type of job where Christmas is one of the few days you get off, maybe you want to watch it.
That's true too. Yeah, maybe it depends.
Because I've been there and done that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I might watch one of them. I'm kind of like, I really want to see it, but I don't know that I'm going to watch all 4. Not on Christmas. Sorry. New Year's is cool. New Year's, it's fine to me that they have, like, I can see binging that on New Year's Day. That's a little different.
You watch Die Hard on New Year's.
You watch Die Hard on New Year's.
You set it up because there's a time in Die Hard where you can set it up that when the ball drops, Alan Rickman falls off. Spoilers for Die Hard if you haven't seen it. Alan Rickman falls off the building at the same time. You count.
Yeah, I've not heard that, but I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah,
that was a good movie. Yeah.
Diaries.
Oh, what's that? Sorry, I got a notification. I'm like, what is that? Yeah, we'll see. But at any rate, I do not know that this show is going to get a second season. We got off track a little bit there. I don't think Lazarus is going to get a second season.
Does his work usually get a second season, or is it just one season?
Well,
you said Shelter had one season?
Usually they're one and done. Shelter was made to be more and was made open to be another one.
Yeah.
Because it's based on a character. I think it's based on a character from a series of books. I don't know exactly, but there's multiple books that have the same character. And it's definitely, it was left open and would have worked another time. Most of his shows are like mini series, and I don't think you could continue because usually you find the killer and that's it. Let's see, man, I'm a binger. I prefer to binge. I will stay up all night. I'm a huge look. Sometimes I have to binge it because I have to get screeners done and stuff. But if I'm honest, I do that too when I'm watching stuff. I get sucked into it and I don't want to quit. Like, oh my God, when I watch, especially because everybody knows this, I had become addicted to S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm still kind of addicted to S.H.I.E.L.D. because I'm doing a rewatch now because I talked my mom into watching it. It's a long story. But anyway, when I was watching it, like I was watching it and not getting a lot of stuff done because I was watching so many episodes a day. Like I'll watch something and then when if it's like one of those ones that's like really a cliffhanger at the end of the episode, I'm like, oh shit, I got to know what happens.
What show is this?
S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, the S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is a S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
No, there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. too. Not that. No, this is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah,
plus those shows have so many episodes, though. They have so many episodes.
Yeah, there's 135. So
exactly. You gotta get on it.
You do. It takes a while, but most of the episodes end in like cliffhangery, and they made me want to keep going, and I would keep going until I didn't get enough sleep. So I am definitely guilty of being a bad binger. That's why I try to not start shows at night if there's something I think I'm going to like, because I may not stop watching. And I don't, I already stay up too late. My sleep schedule is so bad. I need to get back on a normal.
Yeah, November's kind of messed mine up too.
Normal schedule. Yeah. All right. Well, wait, I meant to refresh this to see if it had. There we go. Well, thank you guys for staying with us through the end of Lazarus. It's been a crazy ride, I guess, right? Even if it wasn't always the best ride. Maybe we'll have to see. Yeah, Lazarus rise again. That's true. Look, I think it was kind of interesting because it was kind of made to be sort of sci-fi, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, kind of supernatural.
Yeah, kind of supernatural, but that's why I kind of figured from the beginning it wasn't really supernatural, just because that doesn't seem to be his thing.
Yeah,
because that's kind of how I feel like I thought Shelter was more of a supernatural bent, like like it sort of is, but sort of isn't. And I figured that was sort of how this was going to be, but yeah, not so much. But if you do want a good Harlan Coben series, I do recommend you watch Shelter if you haven't, because that is really good. Unfortunately, it did not get a season 2.
I think they're all in Prime, right? Because I have Prime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But there are books. I mean, if you really want to, I don't read mystery novels. I've said that before.
You're not a reader?
I'm not a real big reader, but more than that, like I do not read the same things I watch, because I love like twisty mysteries, as you know, I love watching murder mysteries like this, but I do not read them. I do not enjoy reading them. So I would not probably like part of me wants to go read it to find out, but like I know I won't, because I just I don't have the time. I keep it's just like I haven't even read the revival comic that I found and I found the comics so I could rent them from the library. I rented it and I got the what do you call it? The graphic novel. Like I got the whole thing and I started it and I didn't finish it. I am so not a reader. I do read some things, but not a lot. Like when I read Harry Potter, like I zoomed through that. Those kind of like fantasy sci-fi. Why is it that like the good fantasy sci-fi are only young adult? I feel like I don't know, like adult sci-fi I don't tend to like. But most of the time I just don't tend to read what I watch. I read completely different from what I watch. I do not like reading sci-fi. It's weird, but it's what it is. Although the comic I do want to read. It looks really good. I don't have time, so I didn't get very far. Someday. Plus, I don't want to be spoiled. Like if I read it, I'm only going to go so far, and I don't want to know what's going to happen, because I believe Revival is going to get renewed. I just wish they would announce it, but I think it's coming back. I would be really surprised if it did. You haven't seen that yet, huh? Have you?
I've seen part of not all of it, but most of the season.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if you watched it or not.
Yeah, that and Wayward, I kind of got almost to the end and then just got busy.
Well, Wayward was Wayward.
Yeah, but at least I want to see Doug Hughes in episode 4.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, the idea was there, but I think that it's one of those things where I expected one thing and got something else, and I don't want to spoil it because I want you to watch it, but it wasn't what I signed up for in the end, and I just didn't. After I got
maybe I did finish Revival. Maybe I did finish it.
I don't know. It just wasn't.
I found out she was pregnant.
Well, she was pregnant at the very beginning. You mean in Wayward? Wait, in Wayward? The girl was pregnant in Wayward. Oh, okay. If you're talking about then you wait. I'm trying to think what exactly happened at the end. Now that you said that, I'm like, wait a second. I thought that was the comic book. Now I'm mixing up what I know happens in the end of the comic book and what happened in the show. I think you might.
They're different. They're different.
And I think you might be thinking of a different show, because I'm trying to think. I don't think that that's something that happened in Revival. I'm trying to even remember how it ended. I know how it ended, but it didn't have a connection to that. Yeah, no, I think you're thinking of something else, because that's not making sense with what you said. There's something from the comic that I thought you were talking about, but that didn't happen in the series, so I think you're mixed up. But maybe I'm misremembering. I want to rewatch it anyway. It was good. I need to do that, but they need to renew that. But anyway, this weekend is the War Between the Land and the Sea, which I am excited for. I'm just surprised I didn't realize it was this weekend. I have been so not with it this month because everything's gone wrong this month. Let's just put it that way. I mean, my computer going bad, and then I've been having the migraines and that. I didn't even realize it was this weekend until AJ said it. And I'm kind of like, shit, I should have been, I don't know, covering it, knowing about it. And I forgot it was this close, but I'm very excited to watch it this weekend. I don't know. I think is it only one episode a week? I don't even know how it's released. So I guess at least I've got to look forward to 5 episodes. Let's see. The first episode is on the 7th No, it's two. It's two a week. Okay, it's two. It's two and one. So there'll be 2 episodes this week. So that will be what my Sunday night will involve. Wait, that's not yeah, today's Friday. I was like, wait, what day is today? Because it's already saying the 5th. It's Friday. I'm very excited, Karen. I'm glad that you're excited. So if you guys like Doctor Who, make sure you tune in to our Tuesday show. We'll be talking about it. And for anybody who doesn't know, The War Between the Land and the Sea is not only a Doctor Who spinoff, it's a Torchwood. Not Torchwood. Why am I calling it Torchwood? Unit. I'm like, that's not right. There is a Torchwood. No, it's Unit. It is. I said Torchwood earlier. It is a Unit show. I had been waiting for it for a long time. Just the premise doesn't sound like it is, but it is. It's Unit spinoff or a Doctor Who spinoff. It's about Unit. I wish they'd make more Torchwood though, but that's a whole nother issue. So yeah, that's my next thing, I guess. That and sleep. My next thing tonight is sleep. But I think that I'm about out of things to say now, and I feel like I'm going in circles. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I'm just looking at Revival, both the comic book, and trying to figure out like where I'm getting. I think I'm getting the comic book, but I thought there was clues.
Did you read the comic book? I thought you said you read the comic book.
Yeah, I read the comic book. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're getting the. Okay, that's what I thought, because when you said that, I at first was like, yeah, and then I'm like, no.
I think there might be clues to the one thing in the TV show that haven't come up yet. So maybe that's
it may be what you're talking about. Maybe going to happen, but it hasn't. It's not the way the show ends. It's not about that. But whether that's supposed to come or not, I don't know. It depends how he writes it. But
yeah.
But I lost track of what I was saying. I don't know. It's getting late. My brain is fried. That's
fine. I gotta sleep.
Yeah. It's 1:30. I think we've been going around enough. But thank you everybody who stuck with us. We appreciate it. Thanks, Karen and B for joining us here in the chat. And everybody, if you haven't, please, I don't know if anybody else is seeing the chat, but if you see this later and you haven't, please join our Discord. I'm going to put up our full weekly schedule. I was about ready to do that earlier, and then I started the show and forgot about it. But join our Discord for our watch parties. We do have, like I said, our next thing is Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We have our watch party for the second episode of The Artist. 11 p.m. is our live stream. Tuesday, 10 p.m. is our show Fandom Access, where we'll be talking about War Between the Land and the Sea, as well as the season finale of The Last Frontier, if you're still with us on that train. And let's see what else. Oh, and Pluribus, of course. Pluribus is awesome. I'm excited to see the next episode of Pluribus. I think that's today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's already out. I've already
I'm gonna go watch that before I go to bed.
Yeah, I saw a video for episode 6, so I'm assuming it's out.
Okay, well they
were kind enough not to put like a spoiler in the title, because one time I was watching Severance, it had a spoiler right in the title of the episode, and I was like, you guys suck.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
because I'm doing a live, and then my like little notes come in from feeds and YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, I kept seeing them, and I'm like, stop doing this.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that kind of stuff is marketing. That's not necessarily the people that make the show. It's like when they do the promos, the trailers aren't always from the same people. So I probably will watch that.
They have all those people that have screeners that have them go off immediately when the episode ends. You know,
that's because embargoes, the way they work, you have to wait. Yeah. That's why I saw today that there were the Doctor Who reviews out, and I was like, I gotta hurry up on that. And then AJ's like, it's Sunday. I'm like, whoops, that ship sailed. I took too long on that. That was my own fault. Because I don't know if you can really ask for it in the middle, but yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, Tuesday, Fandom Access, we have The Last Frontier, Doctor Who spinoff, as well as Pluribus. And then our show on Thursday again at 9:30 for Stranger Things. If you've missed any of our live streams, you can always catch up in our live tab, and you can see all our interviews in the video tab. And I do have a lot more videos coming soon. I am finally getting time to catch up with the stuff I missed when I didn't have a computer. So those videos are getting fixed and going up. There's a bunch more artist interviews to come yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few more of those. Spartacus, all the Spartacus stuff will be coming soon. I still have Blue Lights to go up, which should have been up by now, but wasn't for the same reason because I didn't have the computer.
Blue Lights.
So yeah. It's a BBC, it's a BritBox show, but I mean, it's a British show. It's really good. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I got everything else, but the big new one that I have a bunch of stuff for is the new Spartacus series. So I have those to put up.
How many Spartacus series have there been? It seems like there's a lot.
Quite a few, but what it is the other ones, they basically named each season a different show.
Yeah, because there was like Blood and Sand or something like that. One of them was
right. It was kind of the same show. I think there was like a prequel, then one. There was like two, I think, basically. But this is House of Asher. I'm trying to see. I'm seeing what day it comes out. I hope it hasn't come out yet because
Christmas.
No, probably right. No, it releases today.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I will try to I will try to get the interview with the lead actor. I'll try to get that up later today. I still have the other ones on back burner trying to catch up on them, so I may not get to it, but I'll try. But yeah, those are coming. And Spartacus is pretty good. It's a little violent for my taste. Okay, a lot violent.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I like some violence, but this is like, I'm guessing Game of Thrones level violence. So it's not really my thing, but I enjoyed what I saw. I did enjoy what I saw.
Swords.
Yeah, it's interesting. But no, but what I saw, I liked. Sorry, what?
Impalements.
I'm trying to think. Was there? I don't know that it was impalements, but it's definitely very, very violent. But yeah, so that's coming too, and all those are always on the video tab. And of course, the one thing I forget to say is please make sure you visit scifivision.com, because when we do have things that don't have videos that are on YouTube, all of our interviews are there, and there is a lot more there. So
yeah, and if you guys see a hype button, hit the hype button.
Yes, please hit the hype button if you have it. You can hit the like button whether you have hype or not. So please do that, and please subscribe to Sci-Fi.
Hype it.
Yeah, but if you have the hype it. You're right. Yeah. You only have so long to hype it, so you got to hype it right away. Yeah, I don't know why some people have them and some don't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. There's stuff that I've voted hyped before, and then the next video they have, I can't hype it. So I don't know. There's some.
I don't know how it works. All I know is the channel was not in charge of it because I can't control it. But we always appreciate the traffic and everything else. Yeah, and we will see you, I guess, on Monday, everybody. Have a good night, and go watch Pluribus if you're so inclined, and we'll be talking about it soon. So, all right. Good night, everybody. I don't know why I feel like singing, hey, you all, everybody. I can't sing, so I won't. But that's what's in my head right now is you all, everybody.
Goodbye, Lazarus. See you again, or maybe never.